Once upon a time, in a small town nestled beneath towering mountains, stood an old supermarket called Midnight Mart. It had been the heart of the community for generations, but little did the townspeople know that the Midnight Mart held a dark secret within its aging walls. One foggy evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an eerie glow over the town, a young woman named Sarah found herself in need of groceries. Ignoring the whispers of caution from the locals, she decided to venture into the notorious Midnight Mart. The supermarket was dimly lit, its flickering fluorescent lights casting long shadows along the narrow aisles. The air was stale and heavy, carrying a faint scent of decay. Sarah shivered as she strolled through the empty store, the only sound being the squeak of her cartwheels. As Sarah reached the canned goods section, she heard a soft thump. Startled, she looked around, only to find herself completely alone. Her heart pounded in her chest, but she reassured herself that it was just her imagination playing tricks. Continuing her shopping, Sarah noticed strange movements from the corner of her eye. Products seemed to shift on the shelves, as if being rearranged by unseen hands. She dismissed it as the store's old fixtures and aging infrastructure. As Sarah made her way to the produce section, the air turned colder and an eerie silence engulfed the store. The fruits and vegetables appeared rotten and discolored, emitting a putrid odor. She tried to ignore the grotesque display, but a sense of unease settled in her gut. Suddenly, the intercom crackled to life, emitting a distorted voice that sent chills down Sarah's spine. "Welcome to Midnight Mart, Sarah. We've been waiting for you," it whispered menacingly. Panic gripped her as she frantically searched for an exit, only to find the doors locked and the windows covered with thick, impenetrable darkness. As she desperately scanned the store, Sarah noticed a trail of crimson footprints leading deeper into the supermarket's depths. Against her better judgment, curiosity took hold, and she decided to follow the macabre path. The footprints led her to the freezer section, where a horrifying sight awaited her. Shelves lined with frozen bodies, their eyes wide open in terror, stared back at her. Sarah gasped, her mind struggling to comprehend the gruesome tableau before her. Suddenly, the freezer doors slammed shut, trapping Sarah inside. The temperature plummeted rapidly, causing her breath to turn to icy puffs. Her hands desperately pounded on the door as she screamed for help, but her cries went unanswered. Time seemed to stretch endlessly as the cold crept into her bones. Just as she felt her strength fading, the doors creaked open. The store's manager, a ghostly figure with hollow eyes, emerged from the darkness, his voice filled with malice. "You dared to enter my domain," he whispered, his words laced with an otherworldly coldness. "Now you shall remain here forever, trapped in eternal darkness." The manager's icy grip closed around Sarah's arm, pulling her back into the depths of the supermarket. Her screams echoed through the empty store, merging with the haunting whispers that filled the Midnight Mart. And from that day forward, the townspeople avoided the old supermarket, for they knew that Midnight Mart held a malevolent presence within its walls. They spoke of the screams that could be heard late at night, warning others to never enter the supermarket's doors after the sun had set, for it was a place where nightmares came to life.